I just love anything creative, but that's kind of like my focus is like singing, acting, and photography and directing is kind of like what I would love to focus on. Good to have lots of passions and find things you really love to do, because that's like what makes your soul happy is like finding things that you really love to do. That's what I look forward to, like with someone is like someone who has their own passions, and I think that is sexy. I'm like, meow, you know, sexy. Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to Situaseans podcast. I'm your host, Sean Michael Williams, aka seanydoo. You can call me Sean, seanydoo. Does not matter to me. I'm just glad that y'all are here. You like that?
Yeah, I like that. I'm like, ooh, pop off.
And if you're listening or if you're watching, you can see and hear that I have a special guest. Who is this lovely spirit of just warmness on this show?
Thank you, Sean. That's so sweet. Right back at you. Seriously.
Thank you. So my guest is Alyssa. So Alyssa Taylor. And like, I want to jump in and just give you all her bio, her information. Can I do that? I want them to know all about you.
Yes, please do.
Yeah. So
thank you.
Absolutely. Because when you gave me your bio, I was immediately like, go all the way the fuck off.
I was like, what do I say about myself? Like, who am I? You know? I love it.
Yes. So Alyssa is an actor from Chicago who also grew up in Colorado.
Yes.
We're going to talk about that one as well.
Yes, she's a Colorado girl.
Yes. And she received a bachelor's in acting at Columbia College Chicago. Go all the way the fuck off.
Oh, thank you.
I'm a Colum alum as well.
No, you're not.
Yeah, 2014. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that. Yeah. You waited to tell me that. You waited.
I just thought about it just now.
Yeah, you're like, wait, I went to Columbia.
I didn't even think about it. So I was like, wait.
I forgot my life.
Exactly.
Wait, that's so amazing.
Yeah.
I love how you went to Columbia too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. What did you study?
So I studied film directing.
What? That's awesome.
Yeah.
I really love that. That's a cool little connection.
Exactly. The stars are just aligned.
They're aligning, guys.
And also, you're signed with Dream Team Talent Agency.
Yes.
We share something in common too.
Yes,
with
another little connection.
Yes.
Shout out to Dream Team and Vilma. We love you.
Yes, we love you, Vilma.
Yes.
Go all the way the fuck off, Vilma.
Yes, go all the way the fuck off.
So yeah, that's just amazing.
Thank you.
So I kind of want to start off with the Colorado. Like, tell me all about your history in Colorado and how did you end up in cold ass Chicago?
I know, right? Well, so I actually moved a lot when I was younger. I've lived in like 6 states. So I was actually born in Santa Monica, California. And then I went to San Francisco. By 2, I was in Miami. So my early childhood was Miami and Coral Gables. And then by 2nd grade, I went to like 3 different schools in 2nd grade. I moved to like Minnesota, back to Florida, and then I went to Colorado in 3rd grade. So that's how I ended up there. And that's like my home, like Miami and Colorado, I'd say. But Boulder, I was there from like 3rd grade to sophomore year of high school. And then I moved here to Chicago. And I moved a lot because my dad is in advertising.
Wow.
So he makes commercials. So we were moving different agencies. So that's why I moved around a lot. And now I've been here for 10 years.
Wow.
I'm a Chicagoan now. Yeah.
Yes. You are definitely a Chicagoan now.
Yes.
You know what? Go all the way the fuck off.
Go all the way the fuck off. Thank you. Thank you for accepting me.
Yes, absolutely. Here at Situaseans Podcast, we love everybody.
Yes, we do.
And speaking of go all the way the fuck off, if you're watching on YouTube, get your go all the way the fuck off t-shirt.
Yes, you better get your t-shirt. I love that saying though. What was it? I just fucked it up. Go all the way the fuck off.
Go all the way the fuck off.
It's a tongue twister. I like fucked it up right away. I'm like, I love it. And then I'm like, wait, what is it?
You're all good. Actually, so that actually started when I had Alyssa De Jesus on the show.
Yes.
And for the people listening and watching at home and everything, Alyssa and Alyssa are really good friends.
Yes, we are. The Alyssas. We're branding ourselves. Yes. I love her. She's amazing.
Yeah. So when I had her on, to make a very long story short, she was just, talking about her life, talking about how she got into acting and everything. And then I was just like, go all the way off. I was like, instead, go all the way the fuck off.
In fact, go all the way the fuck off.
Exactly. And after that, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep up with this because I like that phrase.
Wow, so it started from that her episode? Wow, that's amazing. Yeah. That's awesome. I thought that was like something you've done like for a while, but it's like it just happened recently. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
Get your merch.
Exactly. So if you start hearing anybody else say it, you know exactly where it came from.
Yeah, right. You've been listening to the podcast. Podcast.
Exactly. The podcast.
The podcast. I love it though. I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, so even though like Alyssa was on the show, we're going to have both of you on it like at the same time as well. So y'all going to have to get ready for that episode. Yes. But
I would love to do that with Alyssa. That'd be a lot of fun. Us three.
It would be so lit.
Yes,
so
it would.
Fucking lit.
Lots of good vibes here.
Absolutely. But yeah, I recommend you all go like after you all watch this episode entirely, then go back and tune into episode 12 with Alyssa De Jesus.
Yes. She's amazing. Very talented. She has her own podcast too called On to the Next podcast. Shout out.
Go all the way to fuck off.
Go all the way to fuck off, as we said. So yeah, check her out too.
Absolutely. So Alyssa, whenever I have guests on this show, I always want to kind of cue the guests up for the audience because the audience, they always like to know where the guest is, like where are the guests in their situation in life or their situation. I see what you did there. In life. So tell us, are you in a relationship? Are you single? Are you married? Are you in an open relationship? Are you polyamorous? Tell us all about it. Where are you in your dating life?
Meow. No,
hey. Now we have to cut the podcast here.
Yeah, right. We got to cut it off. This is too much information.
Exactly.
No, I'm like
that's for the Patreon.
Yeah, I'm like Sean, I'm not ready for this. I'm not ready to talk about my shit. No.
Tell it all. I'm just kidding.
No. I've been single for like the past year and a half.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship for 4 years. So that was like a long time for me. I'm 25. So it's like, for me, that was a long time. That was like my longest relationship.
Yeah.
So I've just been like focusing on like myself and healing. And I just feel like I need time on my own right now. Like I've gone on a few dates like a while ago, but I'm just kind of in a place where like, if it comes, it'll come. Like I know it'll come, but it's like at the right time. And so I've just kind of let it go and I'm just kind of focusing on myself and working and everything. And when the time comes and I feel fully healed and ready, then I'll be more open to that. But I'm just right now, it's like, if it'll come, it'll come. I'm like, I'm not worried about it. So that's kind of where I'm at. But she's single.
Okay. All right. Love that.
Yes.
Wow. Go all the way the fuck off.
Thank you. We've said it. I love how we said it like 10 times already in like 5 minutes, but it just needed to happen.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Yeah. I definitely feel you. Cause like, I'm single as well. I'm on the apps, I'm kind of like in a weird spot only because like I'm, on my way as far as like, moving at the end of this year to California. So kind of just trying to like figure that out, trying to like figure out, okay, well, how do I navigate the dating environment? Because I can't ask somebody to like, up in their life or whatever. So it's like, I'm like in a gray area. So it's like, I'm on the apps, but it's like, but don't get me wrong. Whenever I talk to people on the apps and whatever, if I go on a date, I'll let them know like, hey, this is kind of like where I'm at. But as of like January of this year, I just been kind of just focusing on the podcast, focusing on the acting stuff. And if something comes along, something comes along,
I love this place for us, Sean.
Right?
We're in a good, like, powerful place. I really feel that.
Yeah.
I was watching your another episode of yours, and you had said that you're going to move to California, and I was like, what? I was like, that's amazing for you.
Yeah.
I'm wishing you the best. Like, for real. It'll happen at the right time, and you'll find your right partner. And it's meant to be.
Absolutely. Thank you for those words of encouragement. I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course. And the right person, like if you say you do meet someone here, like the right person who really loves you and like wants to, pursue things, they won't care. It'll work out. So
exactly.
Yeah. We're gonna be snap. We should have like a tambourine or something.
Right, exactly.
What is this, a poetry slam?
Right. And if any of y'all are like listening or watching, if you have like a drink or whatever, like in your hand, just take a shot for any time. Take a sip anytime you hear the word "go all the way the fuck off" and you hear us snapping.
You might need to call off work tomorrow.
Right. Exactly.
You're probably already fucked up at this point. That's funny.
Right. So tell us, like, as far as like the whole acting thing and like your acting career, so how long have you been acting? And then also like what led to your passion for it?
Yeah. For me, I've always like had a passion for it since I was young. I've always loved like acting, and I was always in like plays at school, at my schools growing up. And I've always loved singing as well. So it's something else that I have a passion for.
Ooh, yeah. I want to hear you sing one of these days.
Yeah.
Karaoke.
Yes, we'll go karaoke, right?
Yes.
But yeah, so I just always like had a natural like passion for it early on, and I did plays and everything. My dad, as I said, was in advertising. So from an early age, I went on sets a few times because he made commercials. So it was cool for me to see like an actual set. And once I was there, like at a young age, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Like, this is so exciting to be able to create a story, play a character. I just had chills, and I just knew like at such a young age, I'm like, this is what I want to do. Like, I want to be an actor. I want to be a singer. Like, I want to create I want to do art. So that's kind of where it just kind of started.
Wow. So you grew up in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, like watching my dad for sure. Yeah, he was definitely a big influence, I'd say. Learning like film work and everything, and because he was a creative director, so I've really learned like a lot from him. Gotten some passions from him, so for sure.
Wow. Does he still do it to this day, or?
Yes, he's still in advertising, but of the last few years, he's kind of changed shift to doing like photography and videography work and editing and stuff. So he's kind of like making his own kind of company right now with that, like creating. So he still does it like freelance work, but he's now focusing on that. So
wow.
Go the fuck off.
Right?
I said go the fuck
Go all the way the fuck.
Go all the way the fuck off. Right to my dad.
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out Mr. Taylor.
Yes, Mr. Taylor. Thank you. Yeah, I'm grateful I got to be on a set and like see that, because that's what really influenced like my passion for film work. So
all right. Wow. So I would almost have to assume that at this point, like, let's say like whenever he decides to retire, or if he retires, then you're like the heiress to his whole media agency.
Oh,
like,
yeah. I'm like, hope so. No, I was kidding.
Right?
But like, I hope that's the setup. No, I was
Right?
kidding.
Dad, do you hear that?
Dad, do you hear this? Mark, Mr. Taylor.
Right? Mr. Taylor?
Mr. Taylor, where are you?
Wonderful. And so acting on film and because you are a film actress, right?
Yes.
Okay. So can you like tell us like what are some of the projects that you're currently part of that you can tell us about?
Yeah, I mean,
because I know you're, I know you like you're filming things that's like, you can't talk about the project yet because it's still like in pre-production. But tell us about the stuff that you can.
Yeah. Well, so I did just get signed in April with Dream Team, so I've just been pretty much auditioning since then. I did work on an Upwork commercial in the summer. I didn't have a speaking role, but I mean, I was in a commercial. I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for the experience. So I mean, it's been kind of slow because of the strike. So it just ended. So I'm like looking forward to getting more auditions for like TV shows and movies and like, actual speaking roles I've been really wanting to do. That's like my goal this year is to book a speaking role on a TV show, like for Chicago or any. I'm grateful for anything.
Happen. It's gonna happen.
Thank you. Yeah. So I'm just working hard for that. I did do a web series, The Dive, which I think you might have seen.
I've seen a couple episodes of that. Yes. Oh my God. That is a great show. You and Alyssa are just both phenomenal.
Oh, thank you. It was so fun doing it with her.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Like, do you all like film weekly? Like, what is the schedule like?
So we only filmed, I was in 2 episodes. So first we were in an episode together called We ID. And it's about, she's underage. I'm like a little older and she has a fake ID. And we go,
you all leave
we go
her
in
there.
a bar and then I left her there. The character's so fucked up. I'm
not in
not
real
me.
life.
Let me establish. Because
Yeah.
I was like, listen, I would never do this to you. I was like, this is so fucked up. And I literally leave with like a guy and like leave her and she's like wasted. And I'm like, I told her, I'm sorry, I love you. But it was a lot of fun. We filmed that episode. And then they brought me back a few episodes later because the episode was about they're hiring for bartenders. So they were bringing Liz, my character, back. And she walks in and he's like, what are you doing here? Because the show's based on a bartender in Chicago. He has his own bar, Jason the bartender. And so I come in and he's like, what are you doing? He's like, get the fuck out. And I'm like, I don't even want to fucking work here. And like, it was just like, I like threw paper in his face and I was all dramatic. It was a lot of fun.
You were phenomenal.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. So it was a lot of fun. So that's what I recently did. And then I've actually been filming like a lot of podcasts lately. So I have a few of those coming out, as well as, this one's the best, it's amazing. Pop the fuck out.
Right.
Yeah,
Go all the fuck off.
So I have some podcasts coming out. And then I'm also like this year, my goal is to start creating more of like my own stuff. So as I said, I sing, and I haven't posted singing videos in years because I've just been like mostly focused on acting and like overworking and it takes a lot to like film videos, and like when I had roommates it was hard, and now I'm living alone, so I'm like I don't have an excuse,
right
so I'm gonna start posting singing videos again because eventually I'd love to create my own music someday, so I'm like I need to start putting myself out there again. I also just got like a videographer camera, so I'm gonna start like filming and editing and like doing photography and stuff because that's like another passion of mine that I'd love to explore more of. So it's something else, like that's like mainly what I'm focusing on, is like creating more and just trying to book and a role. So that's what I'm kind of focusing on right now.
All right.
Yeah.
And then as far as like the stage acting, do you still do that, or are you kind of just like focusing more on the film side of the world?
Yeah, I mean, I do love theater as well, and that's what I graduated in with a theater degree, and I grew up doing theater. I do love both, and I'm open to doing both, but my passion is really film work. I just love, like, with film work, how much different things are on a set that they come together, a whole cast and crew. I mean, it's the same with theater too, but it's just like a totally different acting wise.
Oh yeah.
So it's like really different. So I just personally love film work and the way it's kind of created and all put together, but I do love theater as well. I'd love to do theater and like go to Broadway one day. So goals.
Yes. And when you go to Broadway, I only have one request. I get a front row seat to your show.
Oh, thank you. Of course. And same for you.
Yeah,
you kidding
absolutely.
Me? Like, we gotta go to each other's.
Exactly. Right.
It'll happen.
Artists have to support each other.
Yes, we really do. We really gotta support each other, especially like your friends and family. You gotta go support them with what they're doing,
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to all of you out there listening and watching and stuff, like support the arts is so important. Like this right here that you're listening to or watching, this is an art form. Like, it
is.
So, we always encourage people to support the arts, go out there, see great things, and and get inspired.
Yeah, get inspired, go support. There's so many different art forms out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So does anyone else in your family act or I guess, even like your dad, Mr. Taylor, he's in the media, like entertainment business, but does anybody else in your family act?
No, actually, I think I'm the only one. No, I just
All
thought
right.
about
Representing
representing the Taylors, yes. Yeah, I mean, my little cousin, she's interested in like acting and singing, and she's so sweet. She's like, I want to sing and act like you. And I'm like, oh, like, thank you. Like, you just warmed my heart.
Yes.
So she does, my little cousin, she does love acting and singing, so I hope she does that as well.
All right.
Yes. Yeah.
Love that. And like, and sorry if I may have missed this. So as far as like your core family, are you the only child or do you have siblings?
So I have a little brother.
Okay.
He's 2.5 years younger than me. How old is he now? He's 23. Like whenever people ask like how old is he, I'm like, I think he's like 16 still. He's like my little baby,
Yeah.
But I love my brother. I'm so close with him. So it's just me, my brother, and then my parents. Yeah.
Wow.
I have step parents as well too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Love that.
Yes.
I'm the oldest of 5 and I hated being the oldest growing up.
Wow. Oldest of 5. I'm oldest too, but only of 1.
Because whenever they got in trouble, I got in trouble.
Yeah, it's your fault, Sean.
Exactly. All my fault.
It's all your fault. You need to be a good role model and example.
Exactly. How dare I?
You're grounded.
Sorry, y'all. Right.
Time out.
Exactly. But yeah, absolutely love like my siblings and everything. And I feel like as we got older, we're able to, I guess, be a little bit closer because like there's like a huge age gap. So like there's a 13-year age gap between me and the youngest, and the next one under me is like 6 years younger. So
wow.
Yeah.
That's cool though. I have like different ages of siblings, like, and I have a gap.
Yeah.
It's really interesting, like dynamic.
I wish I was the youngest because then I would be like the favorite child, but
Right? Like, can you baby me for once? That'd be great.
Exactly.
That's what happens when you're the oldest,
Yes. Right, exactly.
We're like the guinea pig.
Right, exactly. Oh my God, yes. Like you just spoke to my soul.
No,
yes. We're the trial kid.
We are. We're the trial kids. I think we turned out okay.
Right?
We're fine, right? Yeah.
And so, outside of acting, so tell us, like, what is you like what do you do like during the day? Do you have like what's like the day job or like any day activities that make you?
Yes. Well, I do have a day job right now. I call it my survival job.
Yes, I feel you.
To pay my bills. I mean, I'm in an industry that I love, though. I'm in fashion. I love fashion and retail.
Like let's
thank you.
Yeah.
I appreciate. I'm like snapping for myself.
Right? No, you have to. Yes.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I work at Burberry,
right.
luxury brand. Also, I noticed on your podcast cover, you're wearing a Burberry check button up. I was like, go all the way the fuck up. Yeah. I was like, represent.
Yeah.
When I saw that, I was like, yes, Burberry, like represent. So yeah, I'm a client advisor there. I work in sales and I style and sell the product. So I've been there since June. It's like 7 months. All right. And I've really been loving it. But yeah, it's just like pay my bills. It's not, I went to school for acting. So this is really just to, get by. But that's like what takes up like my life right now, like paying bills full time. But my goal is to start booking enough where I can just be an actor full time, be an artist full time. So that's like my goal right now is to do that. But I do love my job. I'm so grateful. I enjoy it. I love my team. I enjoy fashion as well. So for me, I'm like, it's something else I could probably do one day. Like, say if I want to make my own product or something, like it's another passion. So I'm grateful to at least be in a job that like I don't hate.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I do like full time day job wise. I do love like a lot of artistic things. I like working out. Now that I say it out loud, I haven't really worked out in a while because I've been so busy, but I do like to work out in my free time. And just, any artistic things, hang out with family and friends, kind of stuff like that,
All right. Wow. And then speaking of fashion, I saw like your IG page and like, oh my goodness, like the outfits and like the scenery, like the setting. I'm like, yo, like you are a model.
Stop. No.
Like, and like I was quite surprised when I was going through your bio. You didn't like mention like, model. I was like, come on, like you are a model.
You're making me blush right now. I can't. Thank you. That's very sweet. Thank you.
And of course, like the listeners, like they'll see your bio and like your Instagram because of course, we like to share the Instagram of our guests to get those followers and all that stuff to connect.
Thank you.
They'll be able to see that and like, because like your style, like your fashion and everything, like it's just like phenomenal.
Aww,
so
thank you. Making me feel so good. Thank you. It's fun to dress up and play with makeup and shoes and bags and clothes. So whenever I can try on this stuff at work, I'm like, oh, it's for the clients.
Exactly.
It's just for the clients. I got to know the product.
Right.
Yeah. But thank you. That was very sweet. It means a lot.
For sure. Yeah. And Burberry, if you're listening, please sponsor the show.
Please do. Please sponsor the show. Us.
Yes, right. Exactly.
Sponsor us. Give me an amazing raise.
Exactly. Yes. Give her an amazing raise because like she is working around the clock. Ask me how I know. Like she's working around the clock. I know.
Literally. I feel bad. I'm like, I'm sorry, Sean. I'm responding late. I'm so tired.
No. You're all good. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm glad to know that I'm not the only person that's like terrible about like, like response time. Cause I'm like horrible. My friends tell me all the time, like, yo, you take too long. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like I got so much going on.
Like I am overstimulated right now. I'm exhausted. Yeah. But life is so busy and crazy and we're all working. And especially if you're in like creative passions, like, I mean, you're really hustling. Oh yeah. Like like all your free time is like to that.
Exactly.
Like you don't really have an off day, you know? So sometimes you're like, I just need, I just want to go to bed when I get home, especially working like retail or acting. It's like you're giving so much of your energy. So by the time I get home, I'm like, I've talked to like a million people. I'm like, I just want to fall asleep and like watch TV, but I try to be better about like responding a little faster. For sure. But I mean, I wouldn't say I'm bad. Like I respond maybe at most like a couple days. If it's really bad, it's mostly on Instagram where I don't respond fast because that's not like my primary form of communication. So sometimes it could be weeks that I respond to some till I go through my messages because I'm just like, it just depends like what's going on. But I overwork. I'm like over full time and I've been like that for a while. So it's like, I mean, you too, you understand. So it's like, absolutely. Yeah, you'll respond when you'll respond. Exactly. And like me, like whenever it comes to like responding, I'm the type of person that's like, friends and family, whatever. I'm like, like get back to me like at least sometime within like this year. Yeah, I mean, that's how I feel. Like I tell people like respond when you have the space to. Like we're all so busy and like I feel like with our generation growing up with technology, we have this like little pressure of like we have to respond at a certain time, like right away, or like, you know, if you've been on Instagram, it's like, oh, I don't want them to see like, oh, I've been on Instagram, I need to text them back, or like stupid stuff like that. When you say it out loud, you're like, why?
That's a good point.
Do I have anxiety over this? You know, but I just really do care. But yeah, it's like you have to take care of yourself first.
Absolutely,
you know?
absolutely. Yeah, and I feel like in the dating space, since we're like, you know, like we're talking about dating and all that stuff, and we'll be getting like surrounding all that.
Ooh,
right?
Meow, can't wait.
Yes. And so like whenever like it comes to like dating, I'm like the person that's like, okay, like I'll give somebody like a 72-hour window, because like I'm like, you know, the like again like the whole texting thing or whatever. If I'm like seeing somebody, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe like 3 or 4 days after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna just kind of just like, you know, fall off, because it's
yeah,
because it's like, okay, I don't like, you know, like either I'm not like let's say they're not making the effort, I'm not making it. It's like, it doesn't matter, you know.
I'm just gonna disappear now.
Exactly. But of course, you know, we'll cover all that in a minute.
We have a lot to talk about.
Oh yes. Oh,
you look
yes.
at me. Oh yes.
Yes. Girl, we are gonna like solve dating by the end of this episode.
Yeah, right. I feel like there's gonna be guys coming in. I'm like, whoa.
Right.
We're doing speed dating now. What?
Right.
That's funny.
So, kind of like jumping on into dating. So, as far as like, you know, being like on the apps, I know we kind of talked about it a little bit earlier, but as far as like the apps and everything, how often would you say you use the apps when you're on the apps like actively?
Well, for me, I personally have not used a dating app since like, I'm pretty sure like the last time I used it was like early 2018. I haven't used dating apps since then.
All right.
I only used the dating apps between like 18 to 20. Now I'm 25. And I mean, I went on some nice dates. It was fine. I was on like, you know, Bumble, Tinder. I think, I don't know if there's any others then. I can't remember now. I can't remember. I kind of blocked that part out of my life. Yeah. But I went on some like nice dates. I feel like that time was like the time I really got to like date around and try those dating apps. And I met a lot of different guys and got to just experience dating and like what I like, what I don't like. See if there's someone I connect to out there. But since then I got into like that 4-year relationship. So I haven't like pursued any of the apps since like early 2018, since before my ex. So yeah, I'm like, I don't even know what's going on out there anymore. I'm like, I've been listening to your podcast about like the dating apps. You're on like the coffee one and stuff. Yeah. I'm like the coffee one, whatever it's called. Music,
right. Yeah. That one coffee app.
That one coffee app. Do you drink coffee? I don't know. Like, I don't know what it is, but it sounds cool. But yeah, so I personally haven't been able to experience since then. I wouldn't like say I wouldn't ever do it again, but it's not something I'm like open to right now. For me, I'm just kind of like, I want to meet someone organically if possible. I know it's like hard to do that, but like I would love to try to just meet someone organically for me.
Oh my God.
Because I just feel like awkward. Like, I don't know. It's just like
exhausting.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like it's like a part-time job. Like, I hate to say like that. Like, but it's like, you know,
because you're interviewing on that first date.
Literally. Like, and I mean, if you're like texting with a lot of people on the app, it's like, I mean, that's a lot of time and energy you got to put into that. So it's like, I don't want to start doing that until I feel like I'm in the space and energy to give that, because I want to give like my best self and time and stuff. And I'm like, I got too much shit going on right now for me.
Right.
So, yeah, but I'm definitely open maybe one day.
Yeah.
They're very interesting. I mean, that's how you can meet people, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's so crazy. Like, I remember, you know, when I was like maybe like in my very like early 20s, and of course I was in a relationship like at that time, but like I just remember like just hearing about the dating apps just pop off or whatever, and people just being like, oh wow, you met this person on Tinder, you met this person on what app or whatever. Now it's like, if you did meet them on the app, wait, you met this person at a bar? How tacky.
Right? You're like, you met this person in person?
Like what?
Yeah, I mean, that's how a lot of people meet nowadays, I think.
Yeah.
That's how both my parents actually found, I'm not trying to spill their tea, but they both found people on like dating apps.
Wow.
And now they're married to them. And I mean, and I see them both like with people that they're meant to be with now, you know? So, and that was just from the dating apps. So I'm impressed. I'm like, okay, it works.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they're happy. It works for them. Yeah. See, dating apps can do good out there, y'all.
It can. For Mr. Taylor to Mr. Taylor's gonna be like a suspicious like character now.
Right, exactly. We're gonna have to add him as like a feature, like feature.
My dad would love it. He'd be like, "Oh my gosh, I'm on a podcast." It'd be cute.
Yes. So back when you were on the dating apps, what was like the most unhinged thing someone has ever said or did while on a date with you?
God, it feels like another lifetime ago. I'm like trying to remember.
It kind of like was like 5 years ago.
No,
like,
literally.
Like that's,
7 years ago.
Right. Yes. Yeah, 7 years.
Yeah, like,
oh, wait a minute. Yeah.
I'm like, I can't remember shit now. Like maybe I feel like I blacked it out. I'm like, because nothing's coming to mind right now. I try to think of this and I'm like, I just don't have anything that comes to mind because it's just been really so long. I mean, that's a great thing. Yeah. I mean, I guess it's not a bad thing. I'm like, that's great that I didn't have to experience
good problem to have.
Something that I like remember, I mean, nothing that stood out to me, I'd say. I mean, there's been guys that have said like, annoying things and I'm like, okay, whatever. I just kind of, I forgot about it at this point. I'm like, you're just not worth it. Like remembering this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, let me just not remember this.
Exactly.
But nothing too crazy, like unhinged.
Okay.
Have you had anything crazy?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I'm like, please tell us, because I don't remember shit. Like, please tell us something. I'm like, this is my podcast. Like, please tell us. Please tell us your dating experience.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So even kind of like being on the dating apps and stuff, I've only had maybe about like, I don't know, like a very small handful of like bad dates that were just like, oh my goodness. Not like horrible where it's like, oh my God, I need to get the fuck up from this table like right now.
Right.
But it was just kind of like, ooh, yeah, this date left a really bad taste in my mouth.
Ooh.
So coffee meets bagel is probably one of the biggest offenders because like I said, I really love like I love the concept of the app where it's like, you have a limited amount of time to talk to people because like the chat will close after like a week or so because they want you to meet up in person and get off of the app.
Damn, so you have a time limit?
Yeah.
Oh, they kicked me off that app.
Right, with the 3-4 day response. I'm just
kidding. No, literally, that's why I'm like, this is not for me right now. I'm overwhelmed.
Yeah, so they'll give you like a certain time limit, and so like I would connect with people, and then I would go out on dates and stuff like that. But it's a very Christian faith based app, and so I would come across a lot of women that were just very conservative Christians, and me, I'm not religious. I'm like spiritual. Yeah.
I get your vibe. That's me.
Yeah,
I get it.
So it doesn't really matter to me like what religion someone is that I go on like a date with. I'm just like, hey, if there's a vibe, there's a vibe. If not, hey, no worries. We do our own thing. But so one of the people that I went out on a date with, she was like, hey, well, I want the guy that I'm with to be the spiritual like leader of the household. I want him to be the domain of like the household or whatever. I'm like, ugh. Like, I don't want to.
I don't want that responsibility. Right. You're like, go the way. I can't say it now. Right. Go all the way the fuck off.
Right, exactly.
Spiritual household.
Right. Instead of go all the way the fuck off. You know what? Get the fuck all the way off.
No, literally.
Yeah, because it's just like, I don't want to control somebody. I don't want to be like, oh yeah, my word is law. It's like,
that's awkward.
Yeah, it's like,
I'm like, that's awkward.
Right?
It's ick.
It's a huge ick.
Don't tell me what to do.
Right.
Boy.
Right. Only tell me what to do in bed.
That's fucking true.
Right.
That fucking killed me. that I do not.
Right.
I will not decline that.
Exactly.
You can tell me what to do all day there. Podcast after dark.
Right. Yes. Situations
I need
at
a sip
midnight.
of water. I have me sweating a little bit. God damn.
Right. Is it hot in here or is it just us?
Jeez, flashbacks.
Right.
Need some water. That was so funny. That just threw me out. I was like, because that's something I would say, but I'm like,
No, for sure. Like, I'm like a very just like open, just like
say
a very
that
light.
shit.
Yeah.
I didn't know the vibe yet, so I was like feeling it out. But we're here now.
Oh yeah. Like,
we're here.
Exactly. We are here.
We're here. I don't even know what we were talking about.
Right? Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah. Don't tell me what to do.
Oh,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
Because, yeah. I'm like, yeah, because, yeah. Like being a spiritual, what did she say about
like a spiritual,
what?
Like a spiritual leader of the house and kind of be the domain or like the man of like the house. It's like, I don't want to be controlling. I don't want to be that type of person, like, because I'm not that, you know? And it was just so awkward. And like, after that, there was no second date, no follow up. It's just like, hey, thank you so much for coming out. Unfortunately, I don't really feel a connection here, but I do wish you all the best. And that was kind of just how, we left it. It was good, but
it's nice how you left it. It was nice what you said.
Yeah.
Just like straight up, like, this isn't gonna
right.
This isn't gonna work.
Right, exactly.
Wish you the best.
Right. So yeah, that was definitely like, an ick of a date for sure.
Yeah.
Like now I'm just like,
you're like processing that.
Right. It's like like
it's I'm coming
like
back.
having flashbacks. I'm like,
coffee meets bagel.
Right.
Oh God.
What's that one meme of like Mr. Krabs like being confused, whatever?
Yes.
Like that's literally me right now. Like,
that's how Sean feels on coffee meets bagel.
Right, exactly.
It's okay. And I
had to pause my profile on that. I paused my profile on that. I paused my profile on Bumble. I paused my profile on Hinge. Like 2024 Sean is just a whole different vibe. I'm just, focusing on the podcast. If I meet somebody in real life that's like that's a vibe, I'm like, okay, yeah, like, let's pull it out. Let's see, like where this goes. And yeah, I'm just not gonna try to stress over, I guess, dating in general, just because, I got so many things going on this year. The last thing I need to do is be putting all my time and effort on these apps, spending all this money on dates, because going on dates is not cheap.
I mean, you're paying rent,
right?
Like a double rent at this point.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And in 2018 or 2019, when I was like kind of brand new to the apps, I did a kind of like a budget just to see how much I spent in that 1 year going out on dates. It was like $3,000-$4,000. So if you add up because like on average my dates were about somewhere between like $50 to $70, because like, if there's two people and like an average, like restaurant or like bar or grill or something like that, your tab's going to look about that, and then maybe about early last year in 2023, when I was like, kind of getting back on the dating apps after my last relationship, that, oh my goodness, like in like a matter of like a few months, like my tab that I kind of just audited was like almost like, like $1,500, almost $2,000 in like a matter of like a few months. I'm like, how? But then I look back at the tabs, everything past like COVID, everything like prices just skyrocketed. So,
they really did.
So like a $50 date at this point was like $70. A $70 date was like $100.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Well, yeah, the meals, and if you get drinks, if she wants a couple, like.
Right. Yeah. So, and like,
dessert.
I don't mind, right? And see, I don't mind paying for the date, especially if I'm the one to like ask somebody out. But kind of like where I'm at now too is like, let's say if you match with somebody on the app and like, let's say the woman asks the guy out, like who pays for the date? Is it the guy or is it the girl because she asked him out? I'm like, hey, kind of just fill it out. It's a vibe. Because me, I don't mind paying. Like because I pay at least 95% of the time. But if someone is like really insistent, like, hey, don't worry about it. I'm like, are you sure? Because I'll be like asking 5 times, are you sure? Are you
sure?
So, but yeah, it's complex.
Yeah, I think it depends like the person, but it's like, I think if you're going to ask someone out, then, I mean, you're asking them out.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like
exactly.
Then you should treat them, you know?
Exactly. It's whoever asked
whoever asked. And like when I was going on those dates, like on the dating apps and stuff, like for me, like I would always offer, like I would be pulling out my wallet and they'd be like, oh no. And I'm like, okay. Like I always offer, like I'll split. I'm like, I can pay my shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, and then I also want to see like, you asked me out. I want to see like, are you going to pay, like, are you going to treat, I mean, it's not like whatever, but it is a nice gesture. It's like if you're going to ask someone out, that actually just made me think of something. Now, a story just popped in my head. I went on a date with this guy years ago. I mean, I was like 17, 18. No, I don't know. Somewhere around there between 17 and 19. And he asked me out on a date and he was a couple years older. So no, I was definitely 18. I'm like, no, I was definitely 18. Hold up. I'm like, no. I was definitely 18 at least. I think he was like 20 or 21 or something. And he asked me on a date, and then it was like the movies and like dinner or something. And we get to pay, and like he asked me out, and I'm playing my mom like whatever. And he's like, he had me pay, and I was like, I paid my own. And then he's like, well, I just, we just met, so I just thought we could like pay our own thing. And I'm like, that's fine. And but I'm sitting there and I'm like, you asked me out.
Yeah.
If I asked you out, I would have paid it.
Exactly.
And I'm totally fine like to split it. Like I get it, we just met and stuff, but it's like we've been talking.
Put the effort
put a little effort. I'm like, even as I would have paid that shit. I'm like, if I asked you, like, I'm gonna pay for your shit,
Right.
So I think that makes sense, and it just depends the person. Like, if you ask someone out, I think you should, pay for that.
Yeah.
It just depends. I don't know.
Yeah. It is complex for sure.
It really depends the situation. And it shouldn't just be like all on the guy or girl or whatever, it just really depends. Like who asked out who? Exactly. What's the situation?
Right.
Situation.
Exactly. Yes. I was back in my mouth. I was
saw
like,
you look at me. Is she gonna do it? You're like, does that pass the test? Is she gonna do it?
She understood the assignment.
No, literally. Like you gave me like a little look, and I'm like, I'm gonna say it. Don't worry, I won't let you down.
Yes.
That's funny. I'm gonna be saying that for the rest of my life now.
Right. Yes.
Yes.
Kind of like flipping the script. So what are like the green flags or like, I guess, good qualities or standards that you probably would want to see in somebody, whether it's like, a potential partner or a friend or somebody that means something to you? Like what are like green flags to look out for?
I would definitely say honesty. Someone who really puts actions to their words, who shows that they really care for you and they want to spend time with you. They don't just say it, they actually show it and want to spend that time and do things for you. Loyalty, someone who's just good energy, and like you can tell really cares for you.
Yeah.
I would say is obviously like a green flag. I'm like trying to think of green flags now.
And there's just like, so many different, like qualities about somebody that could be like green flags. It's even like the little things too, like someone just like thinking about you, like send a text, hey, I hope you're doing well, like just like check-ins and stuff like that. But I do agree with what you're saying, like honesty, transparency, openness, and like the vibes that you get from that person for sure. Yeah, and
I like how you said that, like thoughtfulness, someone who thinks of you and like will think of something, they'll see something and be like, oh, I thought of you, send you this, or like I just send a text or call, or you want to get together, just like things like that. Being thoughtful. Sorry, I'm like freezing. I'm like forgetting what I was going to say.
Oh no, you're all good.
Trying to think with green flags. I think that's all I'm really kind of thinking with the green flags. It's just like stuff like that. I don't really know because I just feel like there's an ever going list.
There's a whole long,
there's like a whole list. But for me, that's like what I look for is like green flags, like honesty and like how they show up. I just remembered what I was gonna say now. Like also like how they present themselves in life, like their relationships, how they treat other people. Like what are their passions? What do they have going on in their life? Do they have drives and passions? And do they have their shit together? Not all of us, we're winging it, but at least like, you have, you're trying. Yeah. You're doing the work to just try to be a better person every day is like something that I really look for is like, you're just trying to be the best you can be every day and like to others. I think that's a good green flag.
That is. Yeah. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah.
And so, I guess kind of going from that too, like and being there, showing up, putting in the work, putting in the effort, being like our best selves and trying to present, I guess, just all around, good vibes and stuff.
Yeah.
How do you think, I guess, in the creative space too, like how can we kind of like align and shift with our busy schedules and stuff like that to kind of show up for the people that we want to show up for, and at the same time pursue our dreams and goals and stuff like that. Like, how do you manage all of that? What would be like your advice?
My advice. Oof, we're overstimulated. For me, because I'm overworking and I have so many people in my life I'm so grateful for that are so amazing, like my family, my close friends, acquaintances, and I really just take it day by day and I try to do what I can in the day. I'm always consistently like in communication with like my family and close friends, and I'm good about like calling my family because I'm the only one here out of my family who lives in Chicago, so I do visit them when I my schedule allows it with work. but I would just say staying consistent in that.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I'd really just go day by day, and like whatever I can fit in my schedule, I will. Like I'll show up for anyone in my life, and like no matter how tired I am, like I'm there. No matter like what the schedule is, because like that's what's most important in life is like the people that you're surrounded with, like your family and friends. Like we're all here to experience and grow together and help each other and just spread and show love. So
Yeah.
it's like that's what's really important in life, and so you have to make that a priority, at least I believe. So I really make sure that that's like my focus is like the people in my life and putting time towards that. So I try to hang out with my close friends when our schedules align. And then going to see my family, because I think it's very important, and that's like what's so important to me. So yeah.
And it just sounds like everybody in your different circles, like they're so lucky to have you and so lucky to have somebody like you that's just there and just showing up for everybody. So I respect that so much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think it's important to show up for the people in your life who you love and who support you and care about you and love you. So yeah, just take it day by day. Even if you have a busy schedule, whether it's with work or you're in the creative arts and everything, they'll also understand and know that you need to show up for that as well. And they want to support you and love you. So they'll support you as well, and they'll understand if things come up and stuff. But it's like, just do what you can, share the love that you can show. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Because
you take care of yourself first though.
There you go. Yeah. I was just about to say,
Yeah.
Because you have to be, so you have to be kind to yourself. You have to love yourself. Because sometimes, because there are people out there that are just going through things that sometimes put themselves last. And it's just like, we gotta advocate for ourselves at the same time too.
Yeah, I've been trying to do better about that the last few years, because I've been overworking like full time for a while, and it's like how do I balance all of this, And sometimes I have to take a step back and be like, I need to take care of myself right now. Like whether it's like I'm gonna stay in and just have alone time because like I need that to like recharge, or it's like just taking care of myself, doing something that I love, or I just don't want to do anything. It's like you have to make sure that you take care of yourself first, and like what your body and mind feel in the day. You got to take care of yourself first, or else how are you going to take care of other people? So I've had to like step back multiple times. Like I've gotten sick multiple times this year, and that's been like a lesson for me. Like I'm doing way too much. I'm overextending myself, because it's like I do really give and like show up to the people in my life, and because that's just who I am. But I feel so overwhelmed with like work and everything that sometimes I feel like I'm not giving enough to myself. So that's something that I'm working on, because it's like, how do you balance that without extending yourself?
Yes.
So that's what I'm still learning, is how to just kind of balance everything. So you're like asking me, but I'm like, I'm still figuring it out. But that's why I just take it day by day and like what I can do in the day, and like don't overpressure yourself. Like you have your whole life ahead of you. Sometimes I'm like, oh my gosh, you need to get this done, because I have like a whole long to-do list, and there's so many goals and passions and things I want to do, and I'm like, it just feels like there's not enough time in the day.
Yes.
And I know everyone feels that way, but it's like you just gotta take care of yourself and take it day by day. Do what you can. Don't stress yourself. Like you got time. Like I feel like our generation and just society, the world, like we have this pressure, like get your shit done, like go to college, get a great career, like now, and it's like just take it day by day.
Yes.
Just do what you fucking can.
Just breathe. Yes.
Breathe. Take a breath.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Like,
what's that thing that Gen Z or whatever be saying? Go touch grass.
Oh, I love that. Go touch some grass, guys. Seriously. That is so grounding though. Like if you like go outside, get some sun, like touch that grass.
Touch
that tree.
Yes.
Like it really helps like ground you. I
Absolutely.
wouldn't recommend it right now if you're living in Chicago though. It's horrible out here right now.
Right, yeah, exactly.
You'll get sick. But touch a tree later.
Right. I mean, if you want to touch the tree, touch the medicinal, the medicinal tree.
That tree's safe right now.
Exactly.
That's funny.
Trying to improve your skincare game? Guess what? I got a little something for you. You can improve the health of your skincare with the Vogue approved. Yes, you heard that right. Vogue as in Vogue magazines, the models. Yes, that Vogue. The Vogue approved beauty product, herbal face food, the most potent anti-aging, multi-correction skincare product on the market. Yes. So hit that link in the show notes or video description and use our code SPHFF to get 20% off at checkout. Visit herbalfacefood.com to get started. That's herbalfacefood.com. All right. And use code S as in Sam, P as in pineapple, H as in Henry, F as in Frank, F as in Frank to get 20% off at checkout. That's SPHFF to get 20% off. All right. herbalfacefood.com. Okay. Y'all got the hookup. So let them know that Situaseans podcast sent you. All right. If you all can see, I got the Harley cam going. We got our production assistant Harley on this set. If you can see her,
Come here, come on up.
Yeah, she's afraid to come up on the couch.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, don't be shy. Come on, Harley. Okay, she'll come when she's ready, guys.
Right.
Harley, she's like wagging her tail. So
exactly. When I have both of you, like both of us is on, like we'll have Harley on the couch for sure.
Yes,
for sure. We'll have to find a way to get her up there.
Yes, come on up here, Harley. She's so cute. I love the shot though that you have of Harley now though.
Oh yeah.
Because I was watching, I think it was Alyssa's episode, and I saw Harley come up, and I'm like, I want to see Harley.
Right.
I texted you right before this. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to meet your dog.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
Oh yes.
Harley, come here. Come on.
Look at that tail wag.
You know, right? She'll warm up. She'll come on up.
So tell me, what are some of your other creative outlets that you have?
Yeah, so I mentioned singing. That's been a passion of mine since I was young. That's what I mostly focused on for a while before acting. So I love singing. I love music. I love anything artistic. So I do love photography. I've taken photography classes since high school. So I'm starting to create more with that, as I was saying. And I would love to direct in the future. So I'm starting to like study that and like watch videos, read books. Now that I have a camera, I'm going to start just filming and just kind of playing and seeing kind of what I want to create. So I'm really excited to explore those creative outlets because I love like photography and videography and like what you can create on your own.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to do that. I really love anything artistic, like drawing. I used to draw all the time. Painting. I'd love to get into like sculpting and stuff. Like anything artistic, I think is so fun.
Yeah.
I just love anything creative. But that's kind of like my focus is like singing, acting, and photography and directing is kind of like what I would love to focus on.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Just so many creative outlets. I mean, no wonder your schedule is like, like it's hard to get to get a booking on your schedule. But it's a good problem to have though.
Yeah.
Again, it's a good problem to have for sure.
Right. It's good to have lots of passions and find things you really love to do. Cause that's like what makes your soul happy is like finding things that you really love to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And even like speaking in a dating environment, like somebody with passions, oh my God, that's like sexy as hell.
Oh
like,
yeah, right?
Right.
No,
yeah.
that's what I look for too, like with someone is like someone who has their own passions. And I think that is sexy. I'm like, meow, sexy. Yeah. I love someone with lots of passions and or just if they have one passion that they're super passionate about and they have drive and they're hard worker towards that. I'm like, I think that's great. So
yeah, because it shows that they want to do something, in life and do something with their life as opposed to just letting life just ride on by.
Yeah, like they want to grow and they want to do different things. So I think that's exciting.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hint for our future lovers. No?
Right, exactly.
That's fun.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what would you say you're looking for in a partner as far as like a relationship and something wholesome in the future?
Yeah.
What requirements does this person have to have?
There's a long list, baby. Get ready. I know what I want.
Right. Yeah. Hey, we love somebody that knows what they want.
Yes. I'm like, it's a long list. But just overall, like someone who's my best friend, who I can laugh with and grow with and just enjoy life with. And someone I can trust, be open with, be able to communicate with. Someone we have the same passions, we can enjoy life together, just do different things, different things, travel. Someone who supports me like creatively as well and like just supports me overall and like wants the best for me.
Yeah.
I just want to be able to like have a lot of love in my home. I want to be able to like have a family one day, and I just want to be able to like create a positive environment for that. So I would love like a stable, healthy relationship that, you know, don't we all want that? Right. It would be great.
You're right. Yes.
That would be great. But yeah, just to have a stable, loving home is like the goal that I'd love for my future family. So I would love to establish that first with my partner before bringing in like a child in this world.
Absolutely, yeah.
Like, let's establish us. Let's, you know,
let's get us
build
straight
this
first.
foundation before bringing in, you know, a family and stuff. Enjoy the time together before starting a family and like stuff like that. There's nothing like specifics like as a person. It's just like whoever I connect to and whoever's like a dope person, and I'm like, we just connect and are best friends, and they can make me laugh. So because I like to be goofy and like make people laugh, so I'm like, you better be funny too. Right. Right. But yeah, I'd say those are like my main qualities that I look for. And just someone who wants longevity in a relationship and like wants to trust and like be honest and be loyal and like all that, you know, wants to show up and show actions, thoughtful, caring. Okay, I said a couple things. I'm like,
I love this. Like, you know, we love this. The listeners, like, they trust me. The listeners, they appreciate like shit like this because we all want to know, like, hey, like, what like are some general good qualities and standards to like expect from somebody. Because the list just goes, you know, it's such a long list. So I think it's
such
good right? Such a long list. So it's like, and plus it helps so many others out there to know, okay, I'm not crazy for wanting somebody that wants drive, that wants passion, like that's doing something with their life. So no, I appreciate you just dropping all this knowledge.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, and I think also it's hard when you grow up in like certain environments, or whether it's like with your family or friends and stuff, or like the relationships that you have can really shape and form like how you feel about and like how open you are and stuff. So I think it's important to definitely find someone who makes you feel calm and like at home, and you don't feel like you're on eggshells and like have anxiety, and like you should feel calm and at peace and comfortable, like stuff like that. So I think it's hard. It's nice to hear, what other people envision, because it's like maybe because of things you've been through, you don't see those things yet. You know, it takes time to find what you want and to realize like, hey, I deserve this shit. You know, like I deserve a lot better than what I'm getting from this person. And like all of you out there that are listening, like, you know, you matter, your opinions, like, you know, like your thoughts, your feelings. And if someone out there doesn't want to validate your feelings, then they're just not your person. You know? If someone doesn't want to listen or care for how you feel and think, that's a red flag. Like, that's an ick. Right. That's a red flag and an ick. That's and it's not just unhinged, it's unfucking hinged. No, literally unfucking hinged. Like they don't even want to hear how you feel in a situation, or like just talk about your day, or they don't want to listen to you. Like, that's just not a healthy relationship. It should be like you're both giving the same energy and love and support. Exactly. So, right, Harley? Oh yeah, Harley agrees. Harley, do you have something to say? She just looked down at it. That was so She's cute. Like, food? Come here, Harley. Come on. Come on. She's just staring at me. I'm trying, guys. Like if you are up here. If you all are listening via like the podcast apps and you're not watching, I highly recommend you all watch, because again, like we're on YouTube, and we're like you can watch on YouTube, and now you can watch this on Spotify. You can literally if you Spotify does that. It That's plays awesome. Video episodes from podcasts. Like you just have to like upload it to Spotify. Wow. It's a whole thing, but that's good. They did that. That's smart of them. Exactly. You don't have to go to another platform to watch it. You just be here. Exactly. I am losing a couple of my YouTube like audience, because they're switching over to watch it on Spotify, because they listen to music on Spotify anyway. I'm like, I appreciate y'all, but dang, watch it again on YouTube to give me that extra view. Yeah, right. I love watching though. I prefer to watch. Like, I love your setup. You can just really see the energy and vibes, and like it's a nice set. So Thank you. I suggest watching. Yes, you see, you heard that here first, y'all. Yes, watch it. And like someone on YouTube had commented on one of the previous videos that I did. I think it was with Love Is Blind with Maris, and someone had commented. I love those episodes. Thank you for tuning in. We have to talk about that in a second. Okay, go ahead. Right? Sorry. No, you're all good. So now I have to be more conscious about like how I talk, because I talk so fucking fast. And someone had gave me a comment and was like,
Yeah, he says like a lot, and he says you know a lot, and I'm like, I can't even get mad at them because it's true. I do.
Right? No, you really learn about yourself. Like when you put yourself on camera and you watch yourself, you're like, oh,
right.
No, but you're not wrong. That's what I learned with Alyssa, because Alyssa was my first podcast, on to the next podcast, and I was so nervous, and then when it came out, I was like, at first I was like, oh my gosh, shut the fuck up, because I'm so responsive talking to someone, like when someone's talking, I'm like, yes,
it gets in like
so you learn, like, because in a podcast it just doesn't sound good, like,
right?
I mean, I was just like,
but you couldn't have known,
I was like cringing at myself. I was like, because because I'm just like so responsive in a conversation, so it's like you see stuff like that, and then you're like, oh shit, like I was, or like saying like a lot, like I was doing that too, and it brings attention to like, oh, I do this, and when like people point it out, you're like, but if other people are on camera, like you see so much, you know what I mean? It's like you learn a lot about yourself. So I've just been like learning, just be myself, don't be nervous, if you respond, it's fine, but just try not to.
Exactly.
When at least when someone's talking, because you can really hear in the podcast, like things like that, so I'm learning.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey.
And talking fast too. That was my, like we have the same issues.
Exactly.
Saying like and talking fast. And
right.
We're working on it, guys.
Right. Be patient with us.
Yeah, come on. We have a lot of shit that's in our head going on.
Situaseans podcast is an open platform covering dating, relationships, mental and emotional life experiences. If you are looking to advertise your brand or product, or would like to sponsor the show, send an email to situationspod@gmail.com. That's situaseanspod@gmail.com.
So I do want to know one more thing about you. So, do you have any dating icks that really stand out, or just that come to mind that just really annoy you?
What isn't there? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Am I? I would say someone who just talks all about themselves.
Yep.
It's like kind of like a red flag and also like a ick for me. Because I'm like, I don't know. For me, I'm just like, it's totally fine. Talk about yourself. Like I'm very active listener. Like I ask a lot of questions and like, in conversation and stuff. But if they're like not doing that back and like they only ask or they only talk about their stuff, they don't ask about your stuff, that's like an ick to me. Cause I'm like, do you care about anyone else but yourself?
Right.
It's like, do you care about, hey, how was your day?
Right. Exactly.
How are you?
Right.
That's it. That's all you can ask.
It's a couple of words.
I mean, even just that would be great. Like I'm not high maintenance, like just ask me like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
So I think an ick would be that, someone who just is just all about themselves.
Yeah.
And like just not even asking about you. I'm like, ugh.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like,
I'm concerned.
Right. It's like just show effort. Just an ooch.
Just say how you doing.
Right.
Like, it's not that hard.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. I totally agree with you on that one. And for me as well, I feel like another dating ick that comes to mind too is, I had this happen one time, but this was maybe like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. Cause when was COVID? COVID was 2020. Oh God, COVID was 4 years ago. Wow.
Damn, when it started, that's crazy.
Right. But yeah, so I went on a date with somebody, and long story short, they had ordered the most expensive thing on the menu.
Oh damn. Awkward. How much was it?
It was like, what was it? It was like at least like an $80 plate. And mind you, we're going to like this regular tavern grill kind of place. Damn. And they order like some lobster thing. It's like a surf and turf, but it was like a fancy surf and turf.
This was your first date?
This was like the first date.
And they ordered an $80 meal?
Yeah, for themselves. And then like ordered a bottle of wine.
Oh, a bottle?
A bottle.
Not even a glass. They didn't even ask?
No, they didn't
ask either one?
No, they were just like, the waiter came over to the table and was like, hey, what do you all want to order? I put in like, like,
When she said lobster, you're like, okay. It didn't.
Because like, don't get me wrong, I like taking some, like, you know, if I'm
you
like,
don't have an issue doing that.
Exactly.
But that is like the first date. Like, chill out.
Right, exactly. It's like, come on.
We're not balling on over here. Like,
Right?
come on. We're on a budget.
Exactly. It's like, I'm doing this podcast on my couch in my living room.
He's like, don't get the fucking $80 lobster.
Ask me again when I have a production studio. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, no, literally. I mean, shit, I don't got much extra money. If I was in your situation, I'd be like, I would love to do this.
Oh damn! I was about to say, hey, can you take me out to like a fancy dinner because you know you got that Burberry money now. So
right. Like, hey, you could take my ass out. Sounds like you're asking me out, so you could pay the $80 lobster.
Exactly.
Damn, that's expensive though.
Yeah,
a bottle too.
Whole bottle.
She had balls.
That date came out to be like almost like 270 something. Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was like I was like, oh my god.
Did you take a little dating break after that? He's like, I'm pausing the apps.
Oh, yeah. Had to look at my account. My account said no.
Yeah, you're like, we're gonna pause.
Right. Like,
Coffee and bagel, they expired you. They're like, this dude's done.
Exactly. Oh my goodness. One more thing that's a dating ick, and this is like not like the people that I go on the dates with. This is a ick on the dating apps behalf.
People are disrespectful.
Oh,
the things that they first say.
Yeah.
I remember some stuff.
Oh yeah.
I was like, can you ask me how I am?
Right. Like, hey, sexy. I can't get like, hello, how was your day? How was your week? It's just, we're just here.
Like, you're trying to fuck, right?
It's like, damn, I guess they're honest, but come on, like at least ease in
just
there.
say, like at least ease into it a little bit. I respect the game.
Right.
But I was like, just, hey, I'm Melissa. Nice to meet you.
Right.
How are you?
Exactly.
But no, we're just going to go right into it. So what was the thing that you were going to say that they said?
Oh, so this is actually like the actual dating app that I have a issue with is the price of like the subscriptions, because they skyrocketed when you know, these apps were, when I was new to the apps after, cause I'm not sure if I ever told you that I was like divorced. Well, you probably seen some episodes or whatever.
I've seen the episodes. I'm a fan. I know your whole life, Sean. Literally though.
I mean, it makes it easier.
I already knew you're going to move to California. Like
Right?
I've just heard all of I'm a fan.
Yay.
Yay.
I mean, it just makes it easier for us to get to know each other, because like, you know, like
I know your blood type.
Exactly,
I know your
right?
social security number.
Exactly.
Everything.
Right. Like we're we're locked in at this point now.
Right. We're
going
connected.
back. Exactly.
We got the connections.
Exactly. But the subscription price of these apps, when I was first on the apps, the average subscription price was maybe about like $30, $40 for like, I don't know, a couple months. Now it's like 70 or almost double that. It's ridiculous.
Wait, what?
Yeah. And one time when I was on the apps recently, like I said, like early last year or whatever, when I was really active on it, I paid for the premium on all apps. So Coffee Meets Bagel Premium, you know, Bumble Premium, Hinge Premium, Tinder Premium. And monthly, I was cashing out about like $200-$300 between all those three apps, like for 4 apps or whatever, just paying the monthly, like, or every quarterly subscriptions.
What does the premier like status do, or like subscription? Like, what is the difference between having like the free to the your subscribes?
Yeah, right.
I mean, I'm not getting those apps now. That subscription is a little too much for me.
Right. Well, with this, right.
I'm at least not getting the premiere. I'm like, I'll just do the free.
Yeah. Because like the free version, you only get a certain amount of likes that you can like somebody or whatever. And then on the premium, you get unlimited likes. And whenever you like somebody, you're at the top of that person's queue of, I guess, of people that, because like, you know how if you pay for it, you can see who liked you. Mm-hmm. So if you have premium, like let's say, you know, you're on the app, I like you, I have premium. So if I like you, even though you have the free version, you would see my like that I liked you or whatever at the top, or you would probably see like a rose or like some indicator that, hey, this guy likes you. You'll be able to see my face or whatever because I prioritized my like, if that makes sense.
Ooh, efforts. He prioritized.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Take notes, gentlemen.
Take notes. Does it say if you have a subscription like on your profile?
Some apps they do show like it, like you're like a plus member or whatever. It just depends on like the app. I think Hinge only shows like a purple checkmark badge, whatever. But that's only if you're like a verified profile, meaning like you submitted your ID that you're like, and you're really you.
That's expensive.
It is
$60 or $70 for a few months.
Yeah, and some of these are like monthly at like 100, like almost 100. Like it's fucked up.
What the fuck?
Right?
Definitely not.
That is an ick, right? Of
No,
the app.
that is an ick. Is this app? No,
Right?
The subscriptions. That's insane.
It is.
We can't even complain about Netflix prices going up. Like that's
Right.
crazy.
And that's why I get so like almost just baffled by some of the people that are on these apps that just shouldn't be. Because I'm like, why are you wasting your money if you're paying for this app if you're not taking it seriously, or if you're just not responding or ghosting or whatever.
Well, and if you're on a few, you said like $200 or $300.
Yeah. So needless to say, let it be.
Sean's like, that's what I've done. He's like processing. He's like, yep.
Exactly. Like,
it's okay though. I think it's amazing that you're putting yourself out there and you're vulnerable and open.
Yeah.
Because like going on dating apps, like that's a lot. Like to put yourself out there and like talk to people and like go out on dates with people you don't even ever met in person. It's like, that's intimidating, you know, to be open and vulnerable. That's why I'm like, it's not for me right now. I'm like, I can't. I look up to you. I'm living through you,
right, vicariously
Sean.
through
yes, yes. It is a lot doing a dating app.
Yeah.
Like just, you know, talking to different people and like just trying to find someone to connect to. Like, okay, do we want to go out on a date? It's like I said, a part-time job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of time and effort does go into it. And that's why as of like, you know, this year I was like, no, I got to focus on me. So
well, I'm proud of you. That's awesome.
You.
I think when you let things go and you're like, you know, it's going to happen when it's going to at the best time. That's, I've always heard that's when it happens. You know, you find your person when you just kind of let go and you're like, okay, when it comes and you focus on yourself and your shit. Then I've heard that's when stuff happens. So
exactly. Cause like when you feel the vibe, you feel the vibe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You feel that vibe. You do. Yeah. Have you had like crazy first DMs? Like
crazy, like DMs, like as in DMs like via Instagram or like social media, or just well, I guess you can't really DM on a dating app, can you? Yeah.
Or like message, like have you had a first message from someone that's like, whoa, like
like on
a dating app more? Like, I mean, unless someone said something crazy like Instagram, you're like, whoa, settle down. Like kind of how we were talking about earlier, it's like ask me how I'm doing or something, you know?
Yeah, I've definitely gotten some raunchy first DMs, whether it's like Instagram or even like dating app. Dating app, I would say it's you know, it's a little bit odd that the raunchy unhinged first message that comes in on the dating apps are way more crazy than what I've gotten on like Instagram.
Oh yeah.
So one dating app, I think was this. I think it was Bumble. This person was
because woman messaged first on Bumble, right? Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yeah. So on Bumble, this person like was had messaged me like, "Hey, sexy, how you doing?" And then literally like a picture of like her in her bra. I'm like,
oh,
all right. I'm like,
we're
here we
getting
go.
down to business,
right? And the first thing that went through my mind, I was just like, well, if she's doing that to me, she's probably doing that to like other people as well.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to take this as, oh, this is just like a special case just because it's like, you know, maybe she just really has a thing for me because I'm not that fucking special, you know?
Well, it's true. Like with dating apps, if someone's so forward like that, I think it's like they're doing that with everyone,
right?
You know, or like they have the intention of hooking up or something, then that's what they want. So
yeah.
I mean, everyone has their intentions of like what they're looking for. Nothing's like wrong with it, but I just think like, I mean, she was honest and straightforward. I mean, you know, she was pretty forward with that.
Yeah. And so I let the match expire. Like, you know how like, there's like a time limit.
You didn't even respond.
Didn't even respond.
Yeah. Just let that expire. Just let it go. Yeah.
Yeah. Cause you know, at the end of the day, I'm just trying to, I was just trying to like have like a meaningful connection. And on top of that, safety first, you know, like you know, I'm like in bed, I'm safety. You know what I mean? Like,
no, that's so
practice
true though.
Safe sex, y'all.
Literally, and people are out here. I mean, just
Yeah.
out here on unprotected sex, like just sleeping with multiple people. And if they're on an app just like messaging that, then like you just don't know, or you know what they're doing, and no like judgment, like do your like whole
We're
face,
sex
like
positive here.
yes, like have the sex, do it all, do it safe. But yeah, it's like you have to be careful with that too, because there's a lot out there you got to be careful for. People don't get tested, they're not honest, and
exactly.
We're just like No. We're just like, we're disappointed. No.
Get the fuck all the way off.
Right. But no judgment. Do your thing that makes you happy.
Right.
Just be safe. Like just be safe and don't give out STDs.
Yes.
That's all.
Right.
And scene.
And scene.
And scene. That's funny. There's crazy things on those apps.
Oh yeah. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, can you do me a really quick favor? Can you please rate and review this podcast? Like hit that 5-star review, because I do read all the reviews because this helps me know how this podcast is helping others and how this podcast is serving you, because my job as a host is to serve you this podcast the way that you would prefer it to be. All right, so we got a listener submission, and this one is a green flag, I believe. So are you ready to unpack this listener submission, Alyssa?
Oh, I'm very ready. I'm ready for this. Let's go.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's unpack that listener submission.
Oh.
All right, so this listener submission says, this prompt is a green flag. I think mutual effort should be shown to whomever you're dating. This can be shown in various different ways, especially through the 5 love languages: words of affirmation, acts of service, receiving gifts, quality time, and physical touch. Ooh, we love these.
That was good.
We're gonna have to make like a bonus subscription episode, like a
literally,
midnight episode for the subscribers.
Yes, but you can tell me what to do in another way. No.
Exactly. That's the $1,000 episode. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. I'm like, you gotta subscribe to that.
Right. Situaseans with benefits.
Yeah. Oh, damn! He just thought of that on the spot. I fucking can't.
Like the people that are listening, I know that they're entertained right now.
No, I hope so.
I know for a fact.
I hope so. I'm like meowing and shit. I hope you are. You're like, who the fuck is this girl?
We're probably gonna get so many DMs from people that are like, oh wow, like hey, like since y'all are single, like what's up?
Like her personality, wow. Right? Meow.
So if you all are watching on YouTube, and if you're watching on Spotify, because now if you notice on Spotify, you can watch the video episode of Situaseans podcast. So if you're watching, you'll see it pop up on your screen, the prompt. So the dating app prompt says, the way to win me over is showing you are just as interested in me as I am in you, with the 100% or like emoticon or whatever, the emoji, the 100 emoji. Y'all know what I mean, but you'll see it on the screen. But anyway, so yeah, this is, I agree with the listener. Like this is definitely like a huge green flag, because, whenever it comes to just dating in general, you want to know if that person is going to put in the effort, like we were saying earlier.
Yeah.
Are their actions and their words aligning? So I agree with this. What do you think?
Yes, I totally agree. It's like, we were talking about this earlier. So I definitely think that's a green flag. I think you should definitely be putting in the same energy and interest as the person that you're seeing. And if someone isn't doing that for you, I think it's like a sign, like, you should want someone who's like head over heels for you and like really sees the world in you and stuff. And if they don't, it's like, why would you want to be with someone who doesn't see like all that you are? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like really show that interest and like love and care and energy. It's like, if it's not there, then they need to find their person. You need to find your person. So that's a green flag.
Huge
putting in the same interest.
Green flag.
Yes.
We love it. We stand this.
We love it. We do stand.
And yeah, for context, so like the whenever the listeners submit, it's like, it's an anonymous form. So I don't know their names or anything like that. It just asks, I think the only thing that it really asks is like, what do you identify as? Like, man, woman, or non-binary or other. So the person that submitted, when they submitted the screenshot, they identify as a woman. So I'm going to just assume that, maybe this was like either a man or another woman, whoever's profile this was. All I know is that it was a female listener that submitted this.
Very nice.
Yeah. So you're finding green flags out there on the dating apps. To you, go all the way the fuck off.
Go all the way the fuck off. You're doing amazing, sweetie.
Yes.
Wishing you the best. You need to find someone who gives the same energy and interest as you do.
Yes. Because going back to what we were saying, effort.
Yes, effort. For real. That's just the basic.
Yeah.
It's like the basic thing you should be doing. It's like putting in effort.
And honestly, whenever there is a dynamic, like a relationship dynamic, or even just building up and trying to get to that point, when both people have that mutual respect and have like that passion, oh my God, that is like, it's so heartwarming.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, people that kind of display those positive qualities with each other, I feel like I'm going to go into sex, but I feel like even like just in sex, it's like the best sex ever because you're just connected on so many great levels.
Yeah.
So
that's so true though.
Yeah.
Like when you're really connected, it just goes all the way, like all the way.
Yeah, it does go all the way off.
It does go. I wasn't thinking I was going to say. It does go all the way though. It does. It does.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, to the listener, thank you so much for submitting that.
Yes.
We stand this. We stand you, and to you and that person. I hope y'all connected. I hope like y'all you hit that like button or whatever on the Hinge app and y'all connected. If you did, DM the show because I would like a follow up.
Yes, we need a follow up, please. We need the tea.
Exactly.
We need the
then the Alyssas, plural, will all the three of us will unpack it on the show. So follow up.
Yes. I think it'd be so fun if Alyssa was here too. That'd be so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll easily be like a 2-hour episode.
Oh yeah. That thing you gotta prepare for that.
Right.
It's gonna be a lot of talking. It's gonna be so fun though. I love her. So that'll be a great time.
Oh, absolutely. What I'll do is if it is a long one, we'll make it a 2-part episode.
Yes. That'd be
so that the listeners they get double the Alyssas.
Yes, double the Alyssas. The Alyssas. I love the branding.
Yes.
Some of my friends or just, anyone I understand, they've been messaging me and they're like, oh, the Alyssas. And I'm like, okay, yes. Brand us. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. We spell it the same way too. So it's like, it works out.
Exactly. Yeah. So now I kind of want to do the Hinge or Unhinged speed round. And for those of you that are listening that don't know about Hinge or Unhinged, go to Instagram. You'll be able to see the Hinge or Unhinged dating app prompts that other listeners have submitted and let us know what you think about those prompts.
I love it.
So yeah, you want to ready to join me on a speed round of Hinged or Unhinged?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, let's do this.
Let's see this out of pocket stuff. What is it going to be?
Right. So this first one says, all I ask is that you send me cute pics of your credit card when I'm having a bad day. Hinged, green flag, or unhinged, red flag, deal breaker.
I mean, it doesn't sound bad. I mean, it doesn't seem like a...
Did you submit this? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I might have submitted this one, actually. I mean, it doesn't sound bad. I don't think it's like a horrible unhinged thing. I mean, I support,
Yeah.
But so it's either unhinged or hinged.
Uh-huh.
I think it's unhinged though.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to say that.
It's definitely, I know, right? We have to be politically correct. I'm just kidding.
We have to be politically correct. We want to say it's hinged,
right?
But it's unhinged.
Get your bag.
Get your bag. I support. That's why I'm like, I mean, get your bag. I don't not
Right,
support that.
Yeah.
Like, can we have an in between depending on the situation?
Right.
Situation.
Situation.
I'm so
Yes.
cringing at myself.
You're so on brand.
Yeah, right. I'm so on brand. I have to, you know.
You know, if I ever need like a co-host, oh my God, you're like first in line.
Stop.
Like,
yes.
dead serious.
You just made my night. I'm gonna follow up with that. No.
Yes.
He's like, fuck, what did I say?
So yeah, and like, you know, because I understand like the person, whoever put this on their dating app profile, yeah, you know, if they're feeling down, they want to be able to get somebody's credit card info and have a nice day. We get it. We get it.
We support. I mean, people say like, oh, money doesn't buy happiness. I'm like,
Right.
but it doesn't.
Right.
I'm like, should I be a lot less stressed?
Right? Yes.
Like,
yes.
I mean, I'm not opposed. You want to send me your credit card? Okay.
Right. Exactly.
As long as you're cool with that.
Exactly.
You know, I appreciate that. I'm so grateful. I support, even though it's unhinged, but
right.
I support. Yes.
I think it's only unhinged if whoever actually sends their credit card information gets upset that the other person spent the money. I'd be like, that's unhinged on you for getting upset because you sent them your information.
You sent that shit. That's stupid. I'm gonna text you tomorrow and be like, hey Sean, I'm having a bad day.
Right.
Send me a cute pick up your credit card. I can get that
got you.
$80 lobster.
Right, exactly. I got you.
And a bottle.
Right. So yeah, we'll say this is unhinged. But I guess it's but really right.
Really, it's hinged.
We'll say unhinged yellow flag.
Yeah. In between.
In between, for sure. This next one says green flags I look for. You know, kind of like tying back to the green flag episode, looking for green flags.
Yes.
So this one says green flags I look for. A ring on my finger. Now this is where it might become a red flag, but we'll see how we unpack this one because someone. So, and the way I feel about this, if somebody is putting this on their profile, green flags look for a ring on my finger. That lets me know that they want to get married like right now. And like,
I was like trying to process. I was like sitting here. I'm like, wait, does that mean like me or the person?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, oh, you're trying to get a married person. No, you're talking about the person who's talking like a ring on my finger.
Right. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
yeah. Because I think whoever submitted this, they want a ring on their finger like pronto. And so that lets me know they want to get married like right away. And so I would be like, okay, this is a yellow flag because like I understand like that's the end goal, but can we kind of ease into there first? Can we at least get engaged?
Yeah.
Like, can we at least have like, a couple dates?
Yeah. No, I agree.
Can we have a label?
Yeah. Can we just have a label first? Like, yeah, that is, that is like the end goal, of course. Like that's what, you know, your intention, you want to get married and stuff. That's totally fine. And I think stating that as well when you're dating, like, down the line, I do look to do that. But when you're saying it like, really early, like, hey, let's get married, let's do this. I mean,
right.
It just depends the situation.
Exactly. Yes.
It depends, but I don't know. Sorry, continue what you're saying.
No, yeah. So I'm going to say, because this person is just rushing it, I'm going to say unhinged.
Yeah, I'd say unhinged.
And there's a backstory to this prompt. So when the listener submitted this prompt, it was two other ones. It was saying green flags to look for, like oh goodness, what was it? It was all about getting married. It was like another prompt, and it was all on the same person's profile. So there's two other prompts like this, all on one person's profile. A ring, green flags to look for, a ring on my finger. Green flags I look for. Tell me, why we should get married or whatever. So it was something along like those lines. If you go to Instagram.com/Situaseanspod, or at Situaseanspod or whatever, and you'll see that prompt. It's on there, y'all. Like you will see this prompt on there. It's all three from the same profile.
Oh wow.
Unhinged.
Yeah. I mean,
so I'll say yellow flag if this is the only one that was on the profile, but
because you saw the others.
Because I saw the others, I was like, ooh, this person's entire Hinge profile is just marry me the fuck now.
God bless them. Aw, they just want to be married.
Yeah,
I have like a soft spot almost.
Right.
And you're like, they're on it, they're crazy. But I'm like, oh, they just want to get married. I mean, they just have that intention.
Yeah. And what this tells me is once if it gets to a divorce, ooh, good luck trying to like get divorced from this person because they wanted that marriage so fucking bad.
Yeah.
They're going to put you through hell to get out of that divorce.
Well, I see what you're saying with Unhinged. Like if someone is just kind of trying to fill that spot because they just really want to be married. So like whatever,
void,
maybe, they're trying to like maybe fill a void or, whoever just get, they connect to and they like each other. Like they're like, okay, let's get married, and they're kind of just falling in love with the idea of it and like the person. I think that's where it's like, okay, like let's step back, and make sure you really love that person, that you want to be with them. You're not just trying to fill a void and get married because that's what society tells us to do. Like, get a house, get married, have kids. Like, I mean, now I feel like our generation has started to do it later than like the earlier generations. But yeah, it's like, I don't know.
Pace yourself.
You have your whole life ahead of you. Yeah. Like to get married. And marriage is a huge like commitment, It is. And so it's like you can just, be engaged or, date for a while, but like I feel like you should really know the person before you commit to spending their life, your lives together.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm wishing you the best. I hope you're okay.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
And like we want you to get married too, but just be careful. Make sure you really, are happy, that you're happy and you love that person too.
I love the way you put that.
Yeah. Cause I'm like, I feel for them. I see like, they just want to be loved, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah. And there's someone out there for everyone.
Yeah, there really is. So look at us. So inspirational and deep.
Yeah, exactly. So deep.
Yeah, right? It's so deep. It was like so like
right.
Exactly.
I was like, ooh. Like,
yeah, did you feel that? It kind of got quiet for a second. Right. I just heard Harley over there. I'm like,
I felt that in
I
my
had to
soul.
process that. I was like, wow. Yeah. But we all just want to be loved. Oh, no.
All the love.
Aw. Cringing.
So this last one says, I'm weirdly attracted to someone that can make a plan. If you add it to my calendar, that's guaranteed confirmation. Now, I'm going to speak for the both of us because you and I both know that like if it ain't on the calendar, we going to forget or it's just not going to happen.
Yeah, you have a planner, right?
Yep.
Do you have a handwritten planner?
Oh, no, I have a Google Calendar.
Oh, I'm crazy. I like have a handwritten planner.
Oh,
literally, like I'm so organized.
I like that.
Yeah.
And see, like all my stuff is like the same thing, but it's on my Google Calendar, like
right.
all like notes and stuff like that. Or, like,
you were
dates,
so organized. He sent me a Google. I was like,
oh, yeah, the Google invite.
A Google invite. And I was like, this is legit.
It's like paragraphs of information.
No, literally, it was
how to park, like where to park, like where to access the building.
It's like I just bought tickets to a concert or something. Like I was so impressed, and I really appreciate
my security at the door.
No, literally, like you were so organized, and I appreciate all like the effort you put in, and like you're so organized. So I appreciated that a lot. But I like to go with the flow too. Like I'm very like, free flow as well too, but I do love having like a planner and like having a calendar and kind of planning out because life is so busy,
It
so
is.
it's like I personally have to kind of be like that sometimes, like plan stuff out because it's like we barely have free time.
Right. Like we're busy struggling artists out here.
No, literally. I'm like, am I even awake right now? I'm exhausted. So.
Right. Yeah. And I agree because I love people that can make a plan. Like
I love that too.
I'm gonna just start from like
they
there.
make the effort and initiative to like make a plan, and I'm like, don't just talk,
Yeah.
Like,
and I have always been like the person. I don't know why, but in kind of other contexts, I've always been the person that's been the planner, like in certain dynamics, and it would just be nice to just have somebody else that's also a planner so that it's not always on me to plan everything out.
Yes. No, I think this is Hinged. That's the question, right? Yeah. We're still
Hinged.
on that? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's definitely Hinged.
This is Hinged.
That's Hinged as fuck.
I think it's sexy too.
That
when
is
someone
so
just takes
sexy.
it off and they're like, I made these pants for us. I'm like,
right?
You did? Okay.
Right.
Like, nice. Especially because if you're very like independent and you make all these plans, you have your planner, and like you're very organized and you take the initiative to like make the effort, make the plans. It's nice when someone else does that, whether it's like a friendship or a lover. I'm like, what do I call it? A lover. Whatever relationship it is, it's nice when someone else like makes those plans and like makes it official. It's like, oh, like you care to make those plans, like initiative. So Hinged.
Hinged, it's
guys.
so Hinged. We love a good plan and a good planner. So to all you planners out there, go all the way the fuck
You know
off.
where to find us. No.
Right? Exactly. Hit the DMs.
hit the DMs. We're like similar to like people are probably like, oh my God.
Right?
Go find a planner.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
You know what? Go find your own planner. Like I'm watching
Right?
this
He's
one
like,
in, right?
we call each other. Sean and I are getting married, guys.
Exactly.
We found our soulmate.
Right, we found our soul.
Well, I was just like, wait, we actually have a lot in common. Right. Like, we actually do the same shit. Sean and I are getting married, guys.
Exactly. A Situaseans podcast exclusive.
Yeah, right? Ooh. That's some tea right there.
Right.
We have too much fun, though. We're like so connected already.
Right.
Like
exactly. The vibes.
The vibes, man.
The
vibes. Hinged or unhinged?
So hinged.
So hinged. So hinged. That's funny.
Thank y'all so much for submitting those. Like, we love whenever you submit your hinged or unhinged dating app prompts. So to the listeners out there, thank you. And if you want to get involved, and if you want your hinged or unhinged prompt to be on the show, even if it's your prompt or if it's someone else that you took a screenshot of, send it in to situationspodcast.com/submit. And if you have an ick, send it to situationspodcast.com/ick. ICK.
I'm sorry. I like literally thought I was gonna make a joke. Like, is it like dash ick? And you said it. I'm like, oh, there's literally a link to that. That's so dope.
How are we on the same brain like waves?
Same,
like brain waves. Yeah,
yeah, right. Same wavelength.
Wavelength. There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
we're the same brain.
Something, right? Yes.
Sean and I are overstimulated. We don't know. We're talking too fast. We're stuttering.
Exactly.
It's fine. We're sweating.
Right. We both work around the clock, and we both are always on set doing different like projects and stuff. We don't sleep. So this is
sorry, we're crazy.
Right.
Artists are crazy. No.
Exactly.
There's just so much shit going on.
There is.
You know, when you're just like overstimulated, like you just can't like process things correctly and you start like stuttering, you're talking too fast, you're like, what am I even saying? You know?
Right. Exactly.
So I'm like, hopefully I'm okay today. I was like, I'm so like overdone right now. And I was like, just be grounded. I'm going to go touch some grass. Like I said, I need to touch some grass though, for real. Like, but no, all is
Working
well.
around the clock, go touch some grass.
Yes. Go touch some grass, guys. That's a lesson for today.
That's going to be the other t-shirt. Go touch some grass.
No, you should.
Right?
You should. Go all the way the fuck off and touch some grass.
Touch some grass.
Or something like that. I think that would be entertaining.
Oh my God, that's an IG reel clip right there. Like what
right
we just
there,
said.
Right
like,
there.
There's so many clips that we can clip from this. Oh my God.
So much entertainment.
So much content.
I hope so for you guys.
Yeah.
Maybe being overstimulated helped for their entertainment.
I think so.
So we're just like all over the place.
Yeah. Because whenever people listen to this, and some people have told me that they've listened whenever they're getting ready or they're in the car or at work. And so if y'all are listening in those environments and just hearing us just unhinged, no, we're hinged. We're
hinged, but what we say could be unhinged.
Right.
No? Like at the beginning, you were like, well, maybe in the bedroom. I was like, Sean, okay. I was like, we're like that here? Okay, let's pop up.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, okay. Okay. Like, he didn't hold back. Like, he really said that shit. I was like, okay, cool. It was funny though.
Yeah.
It was true. I can't deny. He was right.
Yes. So I appreciate y'all listening for sure. Y'all got some really good entertainment from this one for sure.
I hope so.
Alyssa, thank you so much for coming on to the show.
Thank you so much.
And the listeners, they appreciate having you on. I just
you
know
guys.
that like you are a vibe. Our listeners, they know that you're a vibe, and your friends and family, everyone that you know in your circles, I know that you bring such light and joy in their life just by how you've been able to share so much and just be so open with me and open with the listeners. Like, I really appreciate that. So keep being you, keep being that bright light, and go all the way the fuck off.
Oh, thank you. So you're making me cry. Thank you so much though. Yeah. For real. Thank you so much for your kind words and for having me on. And when you asked me about your podcast, I was like, me? You want me to come on? So it was a lot of fun. So thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I'm wishing you the best with everything. You're really killing it.
Thank
Go
you.
all the way the fuck off. Back to you.
Thank you.
We just like are like it's
Yeah.
like our text. Like
Yes,
we
it
are so
is.
supportive, like back
We
and forth
are.
to each other.
Yes,
it was so
the text
cute.
exchanges are just like
So cute.
are
We're just
so
like
cute.
supporting each other and like
yeah, like you're gonna
just
you're gonna
back
kill
and forth.
it. You're gonna kill it. Keep going. Keep going. Like,
literally.
yeah,
I love the support though. You gotta have good people in your life. So grateful for the good energy.
Likewise.
And I'd love to come on again if you guys want me to.
Absolutely. Like
It was a lot of fun.
exactly. And as I've told you offline, like you are an official friend of the podcast. And whenever I tell a guest that, I make sure that I say it on the show so that the listeners know, oh yeah, we fucks with this guest.
We fuck with you.
Yes.
I hope you guys do.
Yes. So you are a friend of the pod, meaning you can come back whenever you want.
Thank
You
you.
just say, hey Sean, I want to talk about this. Yeah. I'll get the camera set up. We gonna shoot whenever you're ready, girl.
When they make plans. No.
Exactly right. Exactly.
No, thank you so much for inviting me and wanting to have me on again. So thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. I knew from the moment that I saw you on Alyssa's podcast On to the Next, I was like, wow, like you have done so much work on yourself, and you are just like one of the hardest people I know. Like you and Alyssa are like, you both work so fucking hard.
Thank
and
you.
like I was like, okay, I need to have both of them on my podcast at some point, and I'm glad we made it happen.
Yeah, no, for real.
And now I gotta
Thank
have both of you on at the same time.
Oh, that's gonna be so fun.
Like,
the Alyssa.
That's probably
edition.
gonna be like the highest rated episode I know by far, because like y'all bring such good energy, and the people that follow you all on Instagram, they're so engaged with like your followers on Instagram. I've seen on both of your accounts, on you and Alyssa's accounts.
Thank you.
Your followers are just like your armies. It's like your own, like, what is it, like Swifties or like Bayhive. So
right.
I just know that same support is going to translate over to this podcast when you both are on at the same time, and it translated well. Like it's going to translate well individually and at the same time when you both are on the podcast at the same time. So yeah, me talking so fast. I'm trying to get.
He popped off with that. I'm like, man, the most views, even more than I loved the Love Is Blind episodes. That was really cool because I love Love Is Blind, like reality TV. And when you
season 6 is coming out, well, by the time this episode comes out, season 6 will already have been out. But yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
Yes.
So I loved those episodes too. Those were a lot of fun with Estefania. What's her name?
Oh yeah, Estefania. Yeah.
Estefania.
And
what was her other name?
Maris.
Maris.
Yeah,
yes. Both their episodes were amazing.
Yeah.
It was cool to hear the behind the scenes and everything.
Oh, for sure. And I'm gonna try to see if I can get the this season's guests onto the show. We'll see if they how it pans out.
They will.
Yeah.
They'll show up. They know.
And what I really want to do is I want to have a live show, like a on stage live show version of this podcast, and I want you and Alyssa to be like some of the guests that I bring back for the live show, and I'm manifesting it now.
Stop! I'm manifesting that for you. Yeah. That's amazing.
And someone out that I was talking to recently started saying,
love that.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Like one of my good friends that was telling me the expression "woman fest" instead of saying manifest. I was like, I don't like that word.
Yeah, right. Woman fest.
So I'm a woman fest that to happen.
Yes, woman fest. I love that. I think you should really do. I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
There's not many, at least what I've seen. I haven't seen like a live podcast like that.
Yeah. It'll be fun for sure.
That's so cool. I'm wishing you the best with that. For real. Thank you for all your kind words. It's really sweet.
Absolutely.
Same back to you. All the good energy and everything in your army. Like you can really see, like I was telling Sean, like when you watch him, like you could tell you're such a beautiful soul. Like you're amazing. We're just like here hyping each other up.
Right? Exactly. This is
like,
the hype episode.
End the episode. Thank you. You're done. We got it. We're like, we got
it, guys.
You guys said thank you. We're grateful people.
Oh my goodness. So can you tell our listeners where they can find you, social media or websites, wherever, how can our listeners can connect with you?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Alyssa B. Taylor, and I also have a website, alyssabtaylor.com. So I'm building that up, but that's about it. Just my name, Alyssa B. Taylor. If you want to connect with me and follow my journey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Love it. And if you're watching on YouTube and on Spotify, you'll see her socials and all her information, pop up here, the website and the Instagram. And yeah, so go follow her.
Thank you, guys. I'd love to connect with you, and I appreciate any support. So thank you.
Absolutely. Love it. And there are 3 ways to submit your story to have your story featured on this podcast. Again, the first way, you can go to situationspodcast.com/submit, or you can call the hotline 312-586-2664. It's an automated hotline dial system. It ain't my personal number, so you ain't gonna reach me. And right, exactly. Only certain people can have my number.
Yeah, right. I love how you said the phone number. I was like, oh, pop off right now.
And so, leave a voicemail, a voice note, and we'll play it on the show of your story. And then the last way, you can email us. Yeah, right?
I love that.
You can email situationspod@gmail.com. Now, remember, if you are on a bus, a plane, a train, if you're in the 3rd dimension, hey, if you're Alyssa's neighbor, you can take Situations Podcast wherever you go. And
you really can, though.
Exactly.
I've been watching your shit everywhere and listening, so it's like you don't got an excuse.
Right. Exactly. Tune in.
Yes.
Tune in. And and don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon, patreon.com/Situations Podcast. I got a few Patreon monthly supporters. Whenever you all are paying your monthly subscriptions on Patreon, you can start for less than the price of a cup of coffee at $3. You get bonus content. You get the dating app screenshots from like the encounters that I've had on dating apps in the past. So you get all the tea.
Oh,
Yeah.
I might need to get on them.
Yeah.
I'll get all Sean's tea.
Oh yeah, it gets crazy in the
Screenshot.
Patreon.
You got the receipts on there.
I got the receipts on there. It gets crazy in there.
Okay, so that subscription's worth it. He has tea, guys. He has tea.
And I do dating app makeovers, live stream, 1 hour live streams and stuff like that. So I'm waiting for more people to get in on that Patreon so I can do like a bigger live stream. So definitely join the Patreon. And share this podcast wherever you go. I know all y'all out there got a fucking group chat. Share this podcast with your group chat.
But share that fucking shit, guys.
Right? Share that fucking shit. Take this podcast with you wherever you go, wherever you get your podcast. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, wherever the fuck. I'm somewhere.
Where the fuck? I'm just like looking at the camera. I'm like, go the fuck off.
Go all the way the fuck off.
All the way the fuck off.
Well, thank you so much again. I really appreciate having you here. And I cannot wait to have you back on soon.
Thank you so much again, Sean. They're like, oh my gosh, they're thanking each other again.
Right? Exactly.
But seriously, thank you so much. It was so much fun. I can't wait to be on again. Wishing you the best with everything.
Thank you.
It was so much fun. Thank you for having me, guys. Ooh.
Yes. And to all the listeners, I know this one is definitely like one of the lengthier episodes, but it was all for a good reason. So I want to say thank you all for listening and watching for this amount of time. I appreciate you. I love you. You matter. You matter to me. You matter to us. And be kind to yourselves. And I will see you all back here for the next episode in a couple of weeks.
Yes.
Woo!
Love it.